Eastern State Penitentiary, America's most haunted prison. Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia is widely considered one of the most haunted places in America. Built in 1829, this former prison introduced solitary confinement to the world, driving many inmates to madness. Television crews for Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters captured what appeared to be the apparition of a man walking through cell block 12, while a crew for Travel Channel's Most Haunted recorded objects moving on their own. In 2007, Most Haunted Live conducted a 7-hour paranormal investigation broadcast live from the prison, hoping to contact supernatural beings. Guards and visitors regularly report shadow figures, disembodied voices, and the sound of footsteps echoing through empty corridors. Even notorious gangster Al Capone, who served time here, claimed to be harassed by the ghost of a man he had killed. Tower of London, 900 years of royal hauntings. The Tower of London has over 900 years of documented hauntings. The most famous is Anne Boleyn, who was beheaded there in 1536. Guards have filed official reports of seeing her headless figure walking the grounds, carrying her head under her arm. The Bloody Tower is particularly active. Visitors and staff report sudden temperature drops, unexplained sounds of children crying, and sightings of 2 young boys believed to be the princes in the tower who mysteriously disappeared in 1483. These aren't folklore tales. They're documented incidents recorded in official tower records and witnessed by yeoman warders who live on the grounds. Poveglia Island, the island of no return. Poveglia Island in Italy has a dark history that seems to have left permanent supernatural scars. Used as a plague quarantine station and later a mental hospital, an estimated 160,000 people died there. The soil is literally mixed with human ash from mass cremations. Visitors report seeing shadow figures, hearing screams that have no source, and feeling invisible hands touching them. Paranormal investigators consistently record EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, that seem to be the voices of plague victims. The Italian government restricts access to the island, partly due to safety concerns about the unstable structures, but locals insist it's because the paranormal activity is too intense.
The Stanley Hotel, Stephen King's nightmare inspiration. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado inspired Stephen King's The Shining after he stayed there and experienced unexplained phenomena. Paranormal experts hail the Stanley Hotel as one of the nation's most active ghost sites. Room 217 is the most haunted. Guests report luggage being unpacked by invisible hands, lights turning on and off, and the sensation of someone sitting on their bed. The hotel's original owner, F.O. Stanley, and his wife Flora are frequently seen in the lobby and concert hall. What makes this location particularly credible is that the hotel embraces its reputation and allows extensive paranormal investigations, with researchers documenting consistent supernatural activity using electromagnetic field detectors and thermal cameras. Aokiyagawara Forest, Japan's suicide forest. Aokiyagawara Forest in Japan, known as the Suicide Forest, has paranormal activity that goes beyond its tragic reputation as a place where people end their lives. The forest is naturally quiet, so dense that wind doesn't penetrate it, creating an eerie silence that many visitors find overwhelming. Compasses spin wildly due to magnetic deposits in the soil, but locals believe it's supernatural interference. Search and rescue teams report hearing voices calling for help from areas where no one is present and seeing figures that vanish when approached. The forest has posted signs encouraging people to seek help instead of harming themselves, but the paranormal reports persist from hikers, researchers, and cleanup crews who work there regularly. Kilmainham Jail, Ireland's prison of spirits. Kilmainham Jail in Ireland, a former prison, has documented paranormal activities including lights that turn themselves on and off in the prison's chapel, unseen forces pushing people over, apparitional footsteps, the feeling of being watched by spirits, and unexplained bangs and disembodied voices. This isn't tourist attraction hype. These phenomena are reported by historians, tour guides, and maintenance workers who deal with the practical aspects of preserving the building. What makes these places different from typical ghost stories is the consistency and documentation of the reports. Multiple independent witnesses describe similar phenomena, often without knowing about previous reports. Professional paranormal investigators use scientific equipment to measure electromagnetic fluctuations, temperature changes, and record audio and video evidence. While skeptics argue these can be explained by natural causes, the sheer volume of consistent reports from credible witnesses makes these locations stand out from typical haunted house claims.